All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, sisters, you too. This Pastor Dow. You know, it used to be a time that people used to say, and we're talking about being very cordial and thankful here. There used to be a time that people used to say, thank you, and I am in debt to you, or I am indebted to you. No longer is that attitude or that persuasion is in the minds or the conscience of people today. And the only way that it's actually going to be rehearsed into the minds and the conscience of today, those of us who are teachers, you first line teachers, you mothers out there, you have to instill it into your children to teach them how to be grateful and how to be thankful, especially when people are doing good to them and for them. Because let's just tell the truth. For those of us who are doing well and we have healthy relationships in life, if we did not surround ourselves by those who have the same character and the same attitude and the same spirit, we'd be just like the people out here in the world. I mean, straightway is a, contrary to popular belief, that's why people seek to come there continually. But straightway is a very peaceful, quiet, hardworking, tight-knit tribal unit of people that work together, all having one vision and one goal. And we're accomplishing it as we go. And we thank the Father for that. But, you know, most people today, they're glad that they receive things, but they're really, truly are not thankful, nor are they grateful. Because you think about it, a lot of people, hey, if somebody's ever done something for you, they didn't have to dig in their pocket or give their hand or reach their hand out in order to make your life better or to accommodate you. They didn't have to do that. They chose to do that, number one, out of their heart because of the benevolence of their heart. But number two, they have a hope. They have a hope in being able to cultivate a relationship to get people to start functioning more in love rather than hatred or ill will or malice. You know, I'm greatly disappointed as I get older and I begin to understand things more. I can tell that the generation that come before me had no interest in whatsoever at all in raising a healthy generation or even putting time and effort into the children. And the women of today, I feel so sorry for many of you because you've been challenged to respond and to react outside of your scope of the way that you were created in nature and the type of person that the Most High Yah has made you. Because you've been forced in positions by sorry men who refuse to love, men who abuse you, men who neglect you or abandon you. I mean, if you grow up in a home to where your mother and your father screaming and hollering at each other, there's no love in the air, how can we expect children to teach their children how to love? How can they love their wives? Men, how can you love your wives when you treat your wives so bad? It's a bad, bad world. It really, truly is. And there's only a few good people that's in it. But if our women would have had the love of the Father, their earthly father, and if he would have spent time with them, sowing good things into them and really truly loving them, they could have learned, they could have not only that, but they could have taught their children how to love as well. But most of our women today are raised by mothers who are bitter, who are spiteful, who are hateful and vindictive. They have an evil eye. They're always looking out to see if somebody's trying to do them wrong. Women today are just so competitive and so fierce. And you have to understand, my people, the Israelites, we never knew this type of attitude or this type of spirit until we got around our captors. And of course, after 400 years of being in captivity, we've learned the nature of our captors very, very well. And this cruelty, this coldness, and this hardness that we have learned to express towards each other is a mess. It really, truly is. And it's affecting our generations that's coming after us. So it's up to us men to create an environment of love. It's up to us men to love your wives. Love them. Love them, cherish them. Do not abandon them or forsaken them. But, you know, it's unfortunate that in order for us to build up something first, listen to me very closely, women, have got to be tore down. You've got a lot of ways that has been sown in you, a lot of attitudes, a lot of evil spirits, a lot of Jezebelic ways. And it's going to take a strong man to be able to tear down those things in order for you to be able to be built back up and to function the way that the Most High Yah created you to live in this world. Because today, women are pretty much a bunch of monsters. There's only very few women that have that epitome of holiness and that meek and quiet spirit, which in the sight of Yah is a great price. But hey, as a pastor, it's my job. I'm going to do all that I can, number one, to help the men so that they can know how to love their wives. And in that, their wives, be it all the things that they may have experienced in life, whether they were abused, abandoned, neglected, forsaken, verbally or physically, it makes no difference. We're gonna learn about how to understand those things, put those things behind, and hold a new road, start a brand new life in order to raise up a strong nation of people, so that when the children experience the love of the mother will speak highly of the father because of the amount of love and attention that she's receiving from him, because the man will provide for her. He will provide for his children. He would give the family all that they need. Most of us men are deceived in thinking that you can buy gifts and buy stuff and think that you're going to actually, or you're doing something right towards the family, which is wrong. It's a wrong attitude, wrong spirit. You can do that. Those things are necessary because you're supposed to provide for their needs. But you can't replace the amount of attention and love and the time that needs to be spent with the wife as well as the children, so that when these children get older, that they won't have some of these same challenges that we've all been through in our life, some of these painful sins and these painful experiences that we have been in. Some of us have been caught up into some relationships where the husband just literally was a piece of shit. And I hate to excuse my French, but I have no other vernacular to be able to put it to the point that you can be able to understand. The majority of the men today, especially these damn machismos and these so-called gangsters and everything, they're just basically pieces of shit. And if you women don't understand how to learn how to choose the right person to mate with, the right person to be with and stuff, you're going to perpetuate this destruction that's on all of us in this society, and that's the truth. And people are just so full of hate and so full of spite that if love hit them right between the eyes, they don't want it because they're not used to functioning that way. Well, I'm doing all that I can to tear up the whole evil Adamic nature, both in men and women. And I'm doing all that I can to show people how, according to what the Father shows me in the scriptures, to not only live this thing, but to show the people that this thing that Jesus has given us as far as love goes, it can happen. But it's only going to be embraced by a few people because we live in a world that is just full of envy, full of jealousy, and full of ill will. You like to learn more and know more. I'm not a preacher like your Christians who fleece you and speak soft words and lie to you. I'm a hard-hitting, down-home, right between the eyes, sledgehammer, anvil type preacher. But notice, I'm not injuring you physically. You may get hurt spiritually because you can feel the impact of my words. But if you have the humility to be able to be taught, you can live a long time and a lot of years in his life in peace and in optimum health and have a relationship with the Father as well as with your family like never before. You can really truly understand and know what love is. My name is Pastor Dow, and you just heard the truth. And that's the truth straight way. May the Most High Yah give you understanding is my prayer.